ಓಂ ಗಂ ಗಣಪತಿಯೇ ನಮಃ. ಕಲಿಯುಗ ಕಲ್ಪತರು, ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಡಿಲೈಟ್, ಶ್ರೀ ವ್ಯಾಸರಾಜಯತಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ, authored in Kannada by Raja S. Gururajacharya. 15. Sannyasa Vedanta Samrajya Abhisheka. On a blessed day in the year of Shaka 1375, that is 1455 CE, during the auspicious Sri Shalivana Shaka Sri Mukhanama Samvatsara, there was an extraordinary celebration at the Grand Srimata. Knowing that the revered Sri Brahmanya Tirtha Sripadaru was going to perform the Vedanta Samrajya Abhisheka for their relative, the esteemed Yati Raja, thousands of disciples, devotees, pious individuals and scholars gathered in Atturu. At the special invitation of Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu, Yati Raja's parents, Ramacharya and Lakshmi Devi, along with their relatives, also attended and participated in the sacred ceremony. The previous day, in the presence of everyone, Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu had announced Yati Raja as his successor and blessed him to accept the Paramahamsa ashrama, giving him the Phalamantraksha. Following the instructions of Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu, the scholars, priests and Vedic experts of Sri Mata completed all the Vedic rituals, including Havan and Homa, as part of Yati Raja's initiation into sannyasa. Today, Yati Raja accepted the Paramahamsa ashrama in accordance with the Vedic rituals and traditions. Adored in the saffron robes and holding the danda and kamandalu, he graced Sri Mata with his presence, stepping on the padukas, accompanied by the titles of the Mata, auspicious music and Vedic chants. Seeing the radiant young Yati Raja glowing like the rising sun filled everyone's heart with supreme bliss. The scholars and commoners alike hailed the new Yati with joyful cheers. Following tradition, the young Yati Raja performed the Guru Pada Puja and offered respects to Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu. Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu initiated him with the Mantra Mudra and teachings of the Guru, the Pranava, the Hamsa Mantra and all the great mantras. Seating the new Yati on the beautifully adored Bhadrasa, he then placed a golden plate containing Saligrama, the idols of Sri Rama, Krishna and Vedavyasaru on his head, performed the Panchamrita Abhisheka and later bathed him with pure water brought from sacred rivers, pearls and navaratnas filled in the conch shells. As the auspicious music roared, the Vedic chants echoed, and the joyous shouts of the virtuous reverberated on this auspicious day of Sri Mukha Samvatsara of the Shalivana Shaka 1375. Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu performed the coronation of his beloved disciple as the Vedanta Samrajya of Srimadacharya and blessed him, naming him Sri Vyasa Tirtharu as instructed by Sri Vyasa Devaru, signifying that the glory of Sri Vyasa shines in him. Seeing Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu, who was seated on the throne of knowledge and shining with extraordinary brilliance and radiant splendor like the morning sun's golden rays, thousands of pious devotees were filled with joy and reverence, chanting victory to Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu, victory to Sri Madhvacharyaru, the great pontiff. Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu blessed Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu with the symbols of the Vedanta empire, such as the umbrella, fan, palanquin, scriptures, and other titles, along with the chanting of laudatory verses and musical instruments. The heralds and bards of the Mutt proclaimed the titles of the great pontiff and extolled his virtues. Representatives of various traditions invited with special invitations prominent disciples, relatives, admired devotees, and religious leaders presented offerings to the new Jagadguru. The joy, grandeur, and people's happiness were indescribable. Those who witnessed the supremely sacred scene were truly fortunate. On that day, following the instructions and under the guidance of Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu, the newly enthroned Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu performed the grand worship of the revered idols of Sri Pattabhirama, Sri Moola Gopala Krishna, and Vedavyasa Devaru. The presiding deities of Sri Rajendra Tirtharu's Vidyamatha, with devotion and dedication as expertly as if he has been doing it for many years. Witnessing this magnificence, thousands of pious devotees were astonished and delighted, celebrating the new Guru. In the afternoon, after the Guru graciously distributed Tirtha Prasada to thousands of Brahmins and Suvasinis, that is, married women, a sumptuous meal was served. The evening featured the worship of lamps, the giving of Phala Mantrakshate, fasting by scholars, teachings and discourse by both Gurus, marking the grand Vedanta Samrajya Abhisheka festival with splendor and joy. Participating in all the ceremonies, Yati Raja's parents, Ramacharya and Lakshmi Devi, along with their relatives, felt their lives were fulfilled by being part of this unprecedented historical event. From the following day, under the guidance of Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu began diligently adhering to the duties of the Yati Ashrama. Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu also commenced daily teachings of Vedanta and other scriptures to his beloved disciple. With the intention of introducing Vyasaraja Tirtharu to the essence of Madhva philosophy, Sri Brahmanya Tirtharu began teaching him the Prakaranas, Sutra Bhashya, and Upanishad Bhashya. Vyasaraja Tirtharu's studies continued uninterruptedly. As a result, Vyasaraja Tirtharu became familiar with the key principles and outlines of the Dvaita philosophy. Observing his disciples' dedication to learning, grasping ability, and talent, Brahmanya Tirtharu was delighted and recognized that Vyasaraja Tirtharu was capable of thoroughly studying all the Vedanta scriptures. For the next couple of years, Vyasaraja Tirtharu engaged daily in activities such as bathing, spiritual practices, chanting and meditation, worship, serving his Guru, continuously studying, contemplation, discussion with disciples and devotees, and exchanging philosophical ideas with scholars. He received teachings from his Guru on the traditions and customs of the revered institution. Through his activities, efficiency, knowledge, talent, brilliance, and charishma, Vyasaraja Tirtharu earned the respect and admiration of everyone and the special grace of his Guru. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.